yaindi tumene ndi press briefing ya Peter Mutharika, mtsogoleri wa chipani cha DPP, ndipo pali zomwe ayankhula komanso atulankhaniso afunsanso mafunso angapo. Ndiye guys, tiye tione kuti muli zotani.
Mutharika and all senior members of the Democratic Progressive Party, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here before you today with a heart full of humility and gratitude on behalf of Dr. Jane Ansah, my Vice President. I thank you, and I thank you all for your kindness. I thank you, the people of Malawi, for entrusting us with a responsibility to lead this nation for the next 5 years. This is not a victory for any individual or a party. It is a victory for our democracy, for our Constitution, and most important, for every Malawian who believes in a better tomorrow. More than 5.5 million Malawians turned out to vote. That is a powerful statement of hope, of civic responsibility, and of national unity. Your voice has been heard. Your vote has been counted. Your will has prevailed. To Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, I commend you for your gracious concession. You have demonstrated statesmanship and your commitment to highest peace and democratic values. It deserves the highest respect, and I thank you. To the chairperson of the Malawi Electoral Commission, Justice Annabel Talimanja, and the entire team of commissioners and staff, we applaud your professionalism and integrity. You have presided over this important national process with clarity, transparency, and dignity. Malawi is proud of your service. The supporters of the Democratic Progressive Party across the country, your dedication, energy, and loyalty brought us here. I also extend heartfelt appreciation to our alliance partners from the Alliance for Democracy, the Liberation for Economic Freedom, and the National Development Party. Together, we build a movement that has captured the confidence of the nation. The media, I thank you for your responsible reporting. Throughout the electoral period, your professionalism helped to inform and empower the electorate while promoting peace and order. Fellow Malawians, the time for competition has ended. The time for cooperation has begun. Politics has played its part. Now the work of national transformation must take center stage. Today, I call upon every Malawian, regardless of region, political party, or background, to join hands as we chart a new path forward. This is the moment to put aside what divides us and embrace what unites us. We are one nation, one people, one destiny. The challenges before us are real. Our economy must recover. Food must be available for everyone. Jobs must be created. Our healthcare and education systems must be strengthened. Infrastructure must be improved. And above all, we must rebuild trust in the public institutions. But I have no doubt we'll rise to the challenge with unity, discipline, and hard work. Malawi will move forward again. And this time, we'll move forward and together. In the coming days, we'll begin the transition process and unveil our recovery and development plans. Our new administration will reflect our commitment to prudence, inclusion, competence, and delivery. Let us begin this new chapter with hope and humility, and with renewed purpose. The Malawi we want is possible. Let us build it together. Now I'm told that there are a lot of things going on in the government by civil servants and others. Huge payments are being made. Money is being transferred. Vehicles numbers are being changed. And dubious contracts are being honored. Dubious loans are being given. I want to warn those civil servants who are doing this that they must stop. And the politicians who are facilitating this, they must stop. We must rebuild this country, and this must stop. What they are doing is illegal and criminal, and I know everything that's going on. I have my eyes everywhere. I know all of it. I know it. And I can assure you that when you're in a government, your answer for the crimes you have been committing the last several days. So you better stop while you are ahead. Otherwise, you're not like it. What's my last page? Anyway, let us begin the new chapter with hope, with humility, and with renewed purpose. The Malawi we want is possible. Let us build together. May God bless you all. May God bless the Republic of Malawi. Kwambi, thank you. God bless. Now I'll be ready to take a few questions. And when you ask a question, identify yourself.
You can just speak in Chichewa.
I'll take questions now.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the wonderful speech that you have given to the nation. Tikutokozeni, Your Excellency, chifukwa ja utenga umene mwapereka kwa Malawi, makamaka kungoyankhula Chichewa utenga umenewu. President akuthokoza Malawi wonse amene anatuluka ndi kukavota pa 16 September. Ndipo kuvota kwawo kwaonetsadi kuti akufuna umodzi muno Malawi. Chachiwiri so President akuthokoza President amene angotuluka kumene Dr. Chakwera chifukwa chakuonetsa kuti ndi Malawi komanso amakonda democracy pakuvomera kuti iwo pachisankhochi sanachite bwino. Chachitatu President athunso akuthokoza Justice Annabel Ntalimanja ndi komiti yonse ya ku commissions pogwira bwino ntchito kuyendetsa zisankho zimenezi. Akupitirizanso kuthokoza kwa inu atolankhani amene mumatsatira zimenezi chandu kwauza mtundu wonse kuti no zisankho zikuyenda mwanjira ngati imene ijayo. Akuthokozani kwambiri. Kumapetopeto pali anthu ena amene akuchita zoyipa mbomamo. President akuti anthu ngati inu musiye nkhalidwe umenewo. Ena mukuba mumabandalama amenemo mukupasana ma contract achabechabe, iyayi ngongole, magalimoto aboma kumasintha manamba plate, nyumba za boma kumalanda, zimenezo musayekeze kupanga. President athu akuti akudziwa zonsezo ndipo akukuonani. Posachedwa mukhala mukuyankha milandu. Ndiye nditero kuti no pamene tafika apa titenge mafunso. Ndi ndaona Awanda Msisa muime, ndaonanso Aubi muimaso after Awanda Msisa, kenaka Shumbaso ku MBC follow basi tipanga round ya 2 kenaka nizabweraso round ya number 2. Zikomo kwambiri. President mundilole kuti ndi alole Awanda Msisa kuti no afuse fuso lawo. Zikomo kwambiri bwana.
Zikomo kwambiri. Dzina langa ndine Awanda Msisa kuchokera ku Times. Koyamba congratulations on your win. Congratulations on your win. Yeah, Awanda Msisa from Times. Awanda Msisa from Times Television. Yes. Ndimati choyamba tikuthokozeni chifukwa chopambana masankho wanga president wa number 7. Okay. Mafunso anga ansanga alipo follow koma ndansanga. Mwakambapo mbali imodzi ya zimene zikuchitika. Munakakonda kuti masiku 7 amene tinasintha lamulo kuti constitution section 81(3) pamene tinanayo tizidikira masiku 7 kuti president wina alowe. Munakakonda kuti tizipanga bwanji. Andi mukamakamba nkhani imeneyi amene ali mbomawo Malawi ena tonsefe komanso amene akuyembekezera kulowa mboma timu yanu. Munakakonda, how would you want us to behave during this period, Your Excellency?
Very good question. I think in 7 days in entire Ifubi Council ya entire kuri anthu amene aloipa angati kuita zoipa. Kwa anthu abwino angati kuita zabwino. Ndipemphe anthu onse pa siku 7 kuti onse tikhale calm komanso tisanonge dziko lino. Dziko ndila tonse. DPP yawina pa siku ndiye kuti dziko lino ndila DPP ayi. Komanso mealuza dziko lonse ndilawo. Pasogolo series 2030 will come back, or 2035, or 2040. Things come and go. Maboma osiyana abwera ndikupita. Ndi saunange ziko ni chakuti kapena taluza ayi. Ziko ndila tonse. Sila APM ayi. Ndi kupempha tonse kuti tikhale bata. Saunange zinthu mungaza maganyo ndanazo ndalama zikusunthidwa. Zosiyana zikuchitika ma contract, fake contract, kupekedwa ndalama zimenezo tisiye. Zimenezo tikuononga dziko lathu, tikupitiriza kuononga dziko lathu. Ndiye tisiye zimenezo. For once, tikonde dziko lino, but for once, kuti tonse ndife Malawi. As I said, in fact, let me say again, kuti kupempha anthu onse, amene so analuza, andizipatizina kuti we are all Malawians going to limodzi. I want everyone to work together, tonse, komanso marigino onse kakumpoto kumwera kuvuma ku central region pakati tonse tigwira ntchito kumanga Malawi. That's what I want. Malawi is one. Malawi sita beyond kumtundu umodzi kapena ndi alimodzi ayi ndatonse ndiye funsemera labwino kwambiri tikhani bata komanso tidikire boma latsopano likabwera kuti liyambe kugwira ntchito likambagwira ntchito tonse tisapote boma limene latsopano.
ndifunsa msamanga funso lina ndilokuti pali zinthu zambiri zimene mwina zaonongeka nde mukalumbira Malawi kuyembekeza kuti mwina pompo zinthu zikonzeka mungafune kwauza zotani azakupasa nthawi yochuluka bwanji kuti mudakhala kuti mufuna mukonze zinthu zimene zaonongeka. Lomaliza ndilokuti munanena kuti mukazasankhidwa muzapanga executive order kuti zinthu zimene zidapita makampani amene adapita ku Lilongwe abwerere ku Blantyre. Mukalumbiritsidwa ngati president tizadikire nthawi yayitali bwanji executive order yanu yoyambirira imene munatilonjeza. Thank you very much.
The last one first, indeed, I think kutenga zinthu zina from Blantyre kupita ku Lilongwe inali mistake. Inali plan yakuti aononge mzinda wa Blantyre. Last night I was visiting my businessman. I thought there's no money here in Malawi, my hotel and so forth. Everything has gone away, has been taken away. Every country, in my country, commercial capital. United States, for example, in Washington, political capital, and in New York, commercial capital. And my Oceania, it's not true Kutis and so on says the Kaipa malls. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. To South Africa, for example. South Africa, for example, Boma, executive in Pretoria, judiciary in Bloemfontein, parliament in Cape Town. Yeah. And my housing and so forth. Even when we put so much money to build all these buildings, structures. I was drunk the other day in my housing corporation. I think I do some. It will be done in the interest of the country. It's not for vindication or anything at all. It's for the benefit of the country. In terms of the time frame, we'll see. In terms of resources, we can move so many people. In terms of resources, how much we can do, move, but it will be done. I've forgotten the second question. Yeah, you know, development process is in mind forever. It's not just at once. Teach us to mind that the one so it's a semi development. Tiambo konza zindu, pamono tikonze, kalima forex ja, kuamba zimezo chifandi the main problem di kulibe drama kwa forex tiambo kupanga zimezo, kama zimezo kama natikanya uje yangongoe, tuwa tukupeka ndama za mbizi zose zikutoka kwa M&A. Those who could Mongolia. They say, we have no money left for development in this country. Those who could Mongolia. That's an immediate issue. In fact, we've already started talking. And so on and so forth. So, Pakama step or Shana, government can have infrastructure, can improve education, education, and so forth. Selected those entire more. But the kind of priority. Because of your community, kind of kimanga, can fertilizer, immediately, whatever. Let's look at that first and deal with immediate problems, short-term problems. Thereafter, medium term, and then long term, including my famous Singapore. That will be long term. So this matter can have. But what do that? I think it's a very good question.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now this is Kwachemaaaaa of Zodiac. Kwachemaaaaa of Zodiac, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Your Excellency, monga amene aneneramo ine ndi Kasim Aubi kuchoka ku Zodiac. Mafunso ena amene ndimafuna ndikufunsa owanda wachita kutachi. Komano funso limene ndimafuna amwena mutati yankhira mwa clear kuti the first 100 days ya office mwanu mwayika ma target otani.
I don't like this 100 days stuff. I've always said that. From 2014, I refused to be boxing into 100 days or 2019. I think it's silly to have this 100 days, whatever it is. And that's not how things work. That's not how things work. This is a process. It has Tamanga, it has my Chedwa, it has a project, funding Chedwa, and so forth. Or my order equipment go Chedwa, so you cannot put yourself with it 5 days from the again, 20 days. No. What I've said is, people identify short term, medium term, and long term. The immediate things we need to do immediately are things like Jakuja, Mafuta, fertilizer. Those we need to those we need to do immediately. You see, but I can't give a date. And then last, as we go along, kindly Michelle, kindly Singapore, and so on. Those will do them as we go along. But it takes time. And let me finish. I'm the president, you know. Don't forget that. So this is my and then after that we'll see what we do. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, fusolina ndimafuna ndifunse kuti panopa mukubwera pa nthawi imene sukulu zangotsekulidwa chimodzi chimene sukulu zangotsekulidwa munanena kuti DPP ikalowa mboma maphunziro a secondary azakhala aulere amalawi ali ndi chidwi kuna adziwe kuti kodi zichitika with immediate effect or pali zinthu zina zimene mukhale kuti mfuna muziwunike kai.
Well, that's the plan for the school there and so forth. Secondary school. We have not yet formed the government. Like the form government. The government is the have small policy decisions. My priority, when are we going to do this? Funding this and so forth. All these things, Africa funding. Is this mine? Sorry. Sorry about it. Funding the Africa, fertilizer, Kalama schools, and so forth. Either planning good, okay? We get funding by such a date, and then we'll be able now to start this project. I want to get funding for this, but we will start that. If we have funding for this road, then we'll start building that road. That's how it works. And it's not, it takes a lot of time and planning to do these things. For example, if someone can come and say, look, I want this road to be completed in 6 months. Until road authority to complete this road, say 30-kilometer road in 6 months. It's impossible. But by the process, there are various stages. Africa first of all, feasibility study. After that, funding. After that, mobilization, and then actual operations. 4 stages. And all those can take a lot of time, more than 6 months. Sometimes a year or 2. That's how these things work. Yeah.
Management ya state institutions pali SCB, pali Ombudsman, pakhala pali mavuto makamaka amene akuchitira manage institutions amenewa. Boma lanu lipangizo tani kumbali ya institutions amenewa. We know kuti by now ngati SCB amene alipo ndi acting capacity DG kumeneko mulini mapulani anji ku state institutions.
Certainly we want to strengthen them. There's absolutely no question that integrated institutions like SCB, Ombudsman, Human Rights Commission, and those things must be strengthened. It means we must fund them properly, but also put the competent people and put people with integrity in those kind of institutions. It's very important to put people who believe in our goals and so forth. So We'll be working towards that. Again, will be the process of identifying personnel. It will take time to identify personnel and to fill those institutions. But we'll do it. Somebody wrote me yesterday, and said, could you become Minister of Integrity? In some countries, I'm a kind of Minister of Integrity. Actually, it's one of the countries in the Middle East that were a Minister of Happiness. No, serious, happiness. And that means to make sure that things are good for people, the social services are available, the roads are properly repaired, and all those kind of things. It's yes, means of happiness, and all sorts of things. So there are also some ideas that people are sending us. We're looking at them. We need to have an open mind now. Could you have had all these challenges all these years? We are now static. We're not moving anywhere. Maybe it's the time now to listen to other ideas and try other ideas and see if they work for us. So we have quite a lot of work ahead of us. And we appreciate your contribution to that.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Nani mafunso ambiri koma mwina ndirekese pamene palomaliza ndimafuna mungoti pali ma suggestions onena kuti mwina ndi nthawi yonena kuti pa nthawi imene mupanga transfer power mwina amene mukusinthana nawo akhale physically present kumene mukasinthana power kumwambo umene ma suggestions amene mukuwaona motani kuti akakhale physically present pambuyo mu nthawi zambiri akamasinthana utsogoleri mangokhala kuti mwina amene the outgoing samapezeka kumwambo ngati umenewo ndi pali ma suggestions onena kuti mwina ndi nthawi yoti ngati dziko amene alipo apezeke ma suggestions amene mukuwalandira motani.
No, I don't think it's a law, but it said it would be good if former presidents or the former president, if they wish to attend, the Senate will be welcome. It depends. Remember, in the United States, for example, Donald Trump did not attend Biden's swearing-in, but Biden attended his swearing-in. Also, it depends on that kind of thing. And certainly it's a good thing to have that kind of arrangement and sort of friendship and cordiality between the exiting and the entering president. That's what happens in some countries. In big democracies, here it's a little bit different. We see opponents as enemies rather than adversaries. But things will improve as our democracy matures.
Ngamabwera ofusa mafuso limodzi tifuse limodzi osati tikhale ndi litany of questions pepani yeti in the interest of time. Okay, komanso muziyankhulako mokwererako because we are not using any jinkuza mawu china chilichonse ndi muziyankhula kwambiri fika pafupi.
Your Excellency, ine ndine Simeon Shumba kuchokera ku MPC. Monga pamene mwakamba chuma cha dziko lino takhachikumana ndi mavuto ambiri zina zomwe mwakamba kale. Taonaponso mboyo mu bunge la IMF likuthetsa mgwirizano ndi boma lomwe IMF likuthetsa mgwirizano ndi boma lomwe likupitali kamba kusiyana magazi mbali ya fiscal komanso monetary policy. Mukayamba ntchito muli ndi mapulani oti muthetsa kukambirana ndi IMF kuti ECF ibwerenso.
Well, absolutely. I think it would be suicide to not deal with the IMF. Every country in the world, even the big ones, even the rich countries, Germany or Britain, they deal with the IMF. And we want to build a cordial relationship with IMF, and we'll be talking with them. Remember we had an agreement with them, but it was cancelled, and then I think it became difficult to do another one for all sorts of factors. But we will be engaging IMF, the World Bank, and other institutions like Afix Bank, African Development Bank, and IFC, and I also saw and some of the big individual countries will be BIC, BRICS. We'll be talking with all those people and to see and integrate ourselves into the global economy. The way things are now, no country can survive on its own without being part of the global economy. And we intend to engage in the global economy and be part of it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Wezi Nyirongo from Capital FM.
FFM?
Capital FM.
Oh, Capital FM.
Yes. Expectations are high out there that the coming in of the DPP government, you will reconstitute a commission of inquiry into the June 10 plane crash that killed the then Vice President Saulos Chima and 8 other passengers. What is your position?
I have no position on that one. I have not followed the case very well, but I think there was some kind of commission before. I'm sure my Minister of Justice, once appointed, will look into it and see exactly what happened in that situation, and then advise the government as how we should handle that. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I'm Jonathan Pasungwi from National Obligations Limited. You have been in opposition for the past 5 years. Maybe what lessons have you learned during this 5-year period? Thank you so much.
What lesson? That's a very vague question. What lesson?
Maybe anything you want maybe to change, maybe that led to the fall of...
What I've learned from the opposition? What I've learned from the opposition, or for being in opposition?
Being in opposition, yes.
I don't think I've learned much, but all I can say that we probably, I think the mistake, what I've learned was probably what somebody mentioned earlier, by delinking with the IMF, and that's where our problems started. And I think also perhaps unnecessary spending, perhaps that also happened. Spending without limits, I think that created problems for this country. And we need to control spending, I think. We need to control and engage with these international organizations. I think that's what, if I've learned anything, is probably that government should be very careful how much you spend. And a big government, you remember my government, I ran for 5 years with a cabinet with 18 ministers and a cabinet of 20, including the president and vice president, a total of 20. We ran that for 20 years. I'm sorry, for 5 years. And we're able to change all those things. Inflation, exchange rate will stabilize, you all know that, inflation, interest rates, and so forth. We're able to run it with a small government, but disciplined government, and many things I changed that time. For example, ministers used to have 2 vehicles. I cut that to 1, and we cut the salaries of the minister, myself, for 6 years. I took only 40% of my salary for 6 years. The other 60% went back to account 1. And my ministers also did. We all sacrificed. So those are the kind of things that we need to do so that all of us feel the pain of being in a country which is facing economic challenges. So we'll continue to do those things to make sure that whatever we do must be in the interest and for the benefit, really, of the people. And I think that will be our objective.
One more And should be
How
the
many,
last one.
I
The
have
last
an
one.
appo- I have
The
an
last one
appointment.
for today, Your Excellency.
How many more? One more, okay. Good.
Your Excellency, ine dzina langa ndi Obre Kalumpha, reporter Obre Kalumpha.
Okay.
Ya ndachokera ku wireless ya Miji FM.
Okay.
Funso langa ndi limodzi, kwambiri pamakhala nkhawa kuti chipani chikalowa mboma kumbali yosankha maudindo zimapezeka kuti kukondera mwina mbali imodzi ya chigawo kapena mtundu ngati mmene zinalili makonsensi amene analipo mu boma limene likutulukali. Chitsimikizo chanu chingakhale chotani kupita kwa Malawi pa nkhawa ngati zimenezi?
Those are very good questions. At least for me, I can assure you, Kuti, if it was Sankha, my leader, the whole country, I know people don't believe it. But I can tell you, my time, the Chief Justice was from the north. Attorney General was from the north. Director General SCB was from the north. Army Commander was from the north. Commissioner of Prisons was from the north. Commissioner of Police Center. There were some people, southeast and so forth, but we chose on merit. And if you go and look, you can go to OPC, but my grade, government A to R. Now the president Amasanka A to E, 5. The other Amasanka Civil Service Commission. From my grade A to E, I mean Amasanka, I'm going to check. You find majority were from the north, followed by the center, followed by the south. That's the truth. Go and check. It was a myth. When it just wasn't true. It wasn't true. Of course, I had people from the south also, and I had people from the east also. But to say that I was taking people on the basis of where they come from, no. No, we are facing a challenge now, and that we have a very different situation to change this country. And we're going to need people, with ability to help me to, rebuild this country, and I'll take the best person we can find. To assist us to build this country. After all, we're all Malawians. So now I know what you're talking about. Maybe it was an extreme, and I did say it during the campaign, what you're talking about. I think that was probably not proper. The morning I put it, there are more you can't majority of all the positions. The morning and Jonjo, and whether by design or it just happened, I don't know. But certainly, I think Malawians want all of us to share in the running of this country. And I have the message, and the voting was very clear. The message is there, and I've heard it. So I think I don't need to say more than that.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. This far, we have come to the end of the press briefing. Tukuthokozeni, Your Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the incoming president, 7th president of the Republic. Komanso ndithokoze Right Honorable Enoch Kanzingeni Chihana, the incoming 2nd vice president, a secretary general, administrative secretary, my vice president athu onse, akuluakulu achipani nonse, tikuthokozeni nonse. Komanso mwapadera, tikuthokozeni Amalawi amene muna